Hi guys, welcome to my third and final installment of my At Home with etúHOME series that I worked with etúHOME on to create 3 recipes, breakfast, lunch, and dinner that are beautifully prepared and baked or stored in their gorgeous glass containers with these amazing wooden tops. So my final recipe is for dinner that will easily feed a family of 4. It is a very simple roasted vegetable pasta. So I have all sorts of fresh vegetables and other ingredients that I'm going to put in there, as well as some meatballs. So we're going to make little mini ground beef meatballs that are going to be delicious. This is not a big saucy pasta. This is more of a lighter, kind of lots of olive oil with a little splash of balsamic vinegar or balsamic reduction if you have it, and I'll talk more about that later. So let's go ahead and get started with this delicious and simple pasta that will easily feed my family of 4. Very quick to make. You will need 1 additional pan in addition to the canister that we're going to be baking our pasta in. You're going to need just a medium-sized saucepan that's going to go on your stovetop. You're going to make your pasta in that, and then you're also going to saute your onions and garlic and brown your meatballs a little bit in that before you pop them in here to go into the oven. So 1 pan is all you need in addition to this glass canister. Super easy, yum. Okay, first we're gonna make our meatballs. So I have a pound of ground beef and 1 egg in my beautiful mixing bowl, actually, that is also an etúHOME product that I love and use daily in my kitchen. I don't put breadcrumbs in my meatballs. So we have a little bit of egg to help us hold that meat together and keep them in meatball form. I'm going to add a little bit of balsamic reduction. This is what balsamic reduction looks like on the grocery store shelves. If you don't have it, no worries. Use a splash of balsamic vinegar instead. You just want to add something that's going to give your meatballs a little bit of a zesty flavor. I also have some grated Parmesan that I'm throwing in there. And last, I have all of my seasoning. So I have some dried basil. I had fresh oregano in my refrigerator, so I'm using that. And then a little bit of salt and pepper. I have my pasta on the stove boiling. You want to cook your pasta al dente. So you want to, that means sort of 2 or 3 minutes under what you would normally cook it if you were going to eat it right away. Since it's going in this to bake, it will continue cooking when we add all of our good stuff to this. So while my pasta is cooking, I'm going to prepare my vegetables and get everything in my canister. So I have about a pound of grape tomatoes, which I put in there whole. Just rinse them, make sure they're clean, throw them in there. I also had a zucchini, a medium-sized zucchini that I've shredded on my larger shredder, larger grate, I guess I should say. So that's going to go in here as well. My pasta just came off the stove, so it's very hot. You can see the steam coming up off of it. So I've cooked my pasta al dente. Before you drain your pasta, very important, grab about ½ a cup of the pasta water. This is literally the elixir of the gods. This water is so yummy. It's got all of that, the starchy stuff from your pasta. So you're gonna wanna grab ½ a cup of that. Reserve it because then we're going to throw it in our pasta bake with all of our other ingredients, and it's going to help make this amazing, delicious, saucy sauce for our baked pasta. I'm also going, after I drain my pasta, I'm going to put a little olive oil in this pan and saute my onion and my garlic, as well as my meatballs that I've already prepared. I'm going to brown those a little bit in this saucepan. So we're going to reuse this one. Make it work for everything we're doing. Our glass of wine to finish this recipe up for you. I have sauteed my onions and garlic. So as you can see, I just thinly sliced my onions and then chopped up my garlic, crushed it and then chopped up my garlic. So that I'm going to put in here with the rest of my vegetables and my, I guess tomatoes are technically a fruit, with my tomatoes and my zucchini, my shredded zucchini and my pasta. I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil to this. And then I'm going to saute my meatballs and get those. Guys, my meatballs are done. So I did little tablespoon size meatballs. You do not need to saute these long. Literally 1 minute on one side, very carefully flip them over, 30 seconds to a minute on the other side. They're gonna go in my canister with all of my other ingredients. You want to just nestle them right on top of all of that other stuff. Next is my pasta water, that delicious pasta water we saved. That is going to be poured in there now. Olive oil. We're going to drizzle this dish with a bunch of olive oil. Let's season it really generously with lots of salt and cracked pepper. I have a little bit of sea salt I'm going to throw in there as well. Last ingredient to go in, and this is what's going to make this dish so zesty and flavorful, is balsamic vinegar. So you're going to want to drizzle everything with some balsamic vinegar. Again, be generous. My oven is preheating to 425. You're going to put this in there and bake it until your meatballs are completely cooked through. So probably, 15 to 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on things. I don't put cheese on yet. I don't like my pasta really cheesy. This is more of a healthy, sort of more roasted vegetable with a little bit of meat on top. But we are gonna add some grated Parmesan at the end when it comes out of the oven, and then kind of toss it all together. And I think it's gonna be delicious. All right, guys, my pasta has just come out of the oven. In there for 20 minutes, turned out perfectly. I'm going to serve them, serve this with lots of the juices. Make sure you get lots of the juices at the bottom. My meatballs are nice and cooked through. My tomatoes are almost burst, but not quite. We didn't quite bake it long enough that the tomatoes are burst, but they're soft enough that when you bite into them, they're just going to melt in your mouth. So, so good. Freshly grated Parmesan. So I'm going to wait and put this on until after I've served my pasta into the pasta bowls, and then drizzle it or sprinkle it very, very generously with this freshly grated Parmesan. If you need to add any more salt and pepper to taste, do that. The wonderful thing about this dish is when you are done eating, if there are any leftovers, all you do, pop this top on it once it's cooled. That's the beauty about these pieces, is you go from prep to in the oven to tabletop seamlessly and beautifully. These pieces are wonderful. Any leftovers, put the top on, which, by the way, is not painted. It's made with a plant-based, food-safe wax. So anything, obviously, that touches this is A-okay to then go right in your mouth. Beautiful collection of these canisters, and I was so thrilled to be able to partner with etúHOME to create 3 recipes on how you can use these in your own home. Stay tuned for the winner of the giveaway announcement. Yay!